Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you all for being here today. It's a shame yesterday's sun is not out here, and we got that nice cold wind. But maybe that'll get out of the way for the upcoming Thunder over Louisville, which we are here to talk about, and we couldn't be more excited. You know, we're at that short 50-day run away from Thunder over Louisville, the 2023 show, and it is the 34th production of this great event. We're here right in the epicenter of where it happens. We're so glad to be here at Louisville's waterfront, gorgeous downtown Louisville, and we're excited to tell you a little bit about today's show. But before we go inside, we wanted to share a little bit of the excitement. I'm going to turn it over to 2023 Chairman of the Board, Ken Salvaggi, for a little bit of this announcement.
Thank you, Matt. It's an exciting time. It's going to be a great Thunder, right, Wayne? All right, give me a countdown. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So we're going to ask folks to join us inside, and we'll explain everything that's going on with this year's show and tell you a lot about what to expect. Good morning, everybody. Thank you again for joining us. It's a great way to kick off the lead into the spring by sharing that kind of exciting news. Thunder through the decades. We've got a lot to share today. And what a better place to talk about the details of the show than right here in the middle of where it all happens. In 51 days, 11 hours, 19 minutes, 32 seconds, who's counting, we will be right in the middle of all the fun. And you know, we work towards that all year long, and it really does begin the day after the show is complete, where we start to talk about what we could do to really take the community by storm and show them what is possible in a great show like this. And we're very excited to talk about that today. A huge thanks to our friends at Waterfront Development for hosting us today and being the host of this event for over 30 years. We love watching this park grow, and it has become such a diamond in this community. This year, as I said earlier, will be the 34th production of Thunder over Louisville. From the air show to the fireworks, it's all possible because of the generous sponsors and partners who help us make this show happen. We couldn't produce any of our events without them, and the list is long of those partners, and none are more important than those that are helping us today. We wouldn't be here without their continued support, and they really do become great partners of ours. This morning, I have the honor and privilege to introduce the 2023 Thunder over Louisville presenting sponsors. They are community-minded companies who support not only the Derby Festival and help us continue producing events for everyone, but they're great overall community partners. They do so much more than just sponsor our events. Each one of these folks that you'll talk to today, the list is long of what they do to make a real quality of life in this town, and it's obvious that it's about more than just their company. It's about the community as a whole. I'm going to invite each of them to come forward and say a few words, and we'll do it in order of seniority, and the seniority list is long. It really is. UPS, as I said, the show is 34 years old, and UPS is in their 33rd consecutive year of Thunder sponsorship. And when I say consecutive year, applause. When I say consecutive year, that means even through the troubling times of the pandemic, they stood right alongside us and helped us make sure that this show and our organization continued to survive, and we can't say thanks enough about that. Their UPS flight deck viewing area returns at the Overlook, which is right behind where everybody is standing, and it is a fantastic place to watch the show. It's right in the dead center of it, and it's a great environment for folks to go. Very family friendly and an outstanding place. Please welcome Michelle Pope with UPS Communications to come up and say a few words.
That might be the only time it's been nice to be called old. That's probably a good thing, right? Thank you for the kind remarks. I feel like UPS is more than just a company based in Louisville. As UPSers, we're also your friends and your neighbors. We are a part of this community. We live here, we work here, we go to games here, we go to Thunder here. So we are just as much of this as you guys are. As you mentioned, UPS has been a sponsor for 33 years, but that's that's just one of the many ways that shows the special relationship that UPS has with the community. And in true UPS spirit, we continue to deliver what matters through our volunteer work. This past year, our employees gave over 200,000 hours of their time back to the community. Again, because we live here, this is part of us. And this year also marks the 35th anniversary of UPS Airlines. So 30's being thrown out there a lot. This is a big deal for us too. So what better way to celebrate than to announce UPS will be flying one of our Airbus A300 aircraft in the air show. And this is the first time this air type has flown. We thank the Kentucky Derby Festival for this amazing event. We thank our fellow sponsors for their support, and we are excited about Thunder over Louisville again. Thank you.
Not to steal any of Josh's thunder, but when your all's aircraft comes through, and it comes through slow and low, it's fascinating. I mean, it truly looks like magic. So thanks, Michelle.
Yes.
Next, I'd like to welcome Brad Siegel, General Manager of Caesars Southern Indiana. Caesars is in their 24th consecutive year of sponsorship of Thunder. Brad?
Thank you, Matt. We are in our 24th year, and it's an honor to be here again this year to celebrate an upcoming Thunder season, and exciting to kick it off today. We are certainly proud to take such an active role in helping to fund such a terrific community event like Thunder. The event really brings Kentuckiana together in such a unique way and provides yet another reason for what makes this area such a great place to live. Matt and KDF team, thank you for all that you've put into this event in past years and this upcoming one. Our Caesars team attempts to emulate that in creating a safe and fun and place for memorable experiences for our guests each and every day. So on behalf of our Caesars Southern Indiana team, thank you, and have a great Thunder.
Thank you, Brad. And they really have been a fantastic partner for many, many years. Next up, I'd like to invite LG&E, who is in their 17th year as a Thunder sponsor. And we are so excited to tell you that the 3rd annual drone show, powered by LG&E, is another highlight of the 2023 show. So you're going to see the drones, once again, fly over the Ohio River in different formations as a prelude to the fireworks, and that's always a crowd favorite. So I'd like to welcome Liz Pratt, Media Relations Manager for LG&E.
Good morning, and thank you so much for such a warm welcome. On behalf of LG&E, we are excited to once again support Thunder over Louisville. This year's theme, Through the Decades, holds an extra special meaning for us because we're especially proud of the legacy we've built here in Louisville for more than 100 years, and of our long-standing partnership with the Kentucky Derby Festival. Thunder in particular is an event we sponsored for, as Matt said, 17 years, because it's a celebration of the positive energy for our community as the official kickoff for the Kentucky Derby Festival. At LG&E, our focus is empowering the communities we serve, which is also where our employees live and work. And while we do that in a number of ways, through our support of education, the environment, programs that assist our most vulnerable customers, we also know the importance of supporting economic development. And that's what brings us back each year. Thunder is an incredible economic impact for our community, and we're glad to have a role in helping make that happen. We're proud to support the drone show that's quickly becoming a crowd favorite, and it's a favorite of ours as well. And to support the festival's Go Green initiative, which includes on-site recycling, donation of edible food, as well as composting of inedible food waste at Thunder and other festival events. If you're making your way downtown for Thunder or plan to attend other Derby Festival events, we encourage everyone to keep these efforts in mind that support our environment, and please use the recycling bins that are available. So we look forward to seeing everyone at Thunder Over Louisville for the air show, the drone show, and the fireworks on April 22nd. Thank you.
Thank you, Liz. Also in their 17th consecutive year of sponsorship is Meijer. The Meijer Family Fun Zone is back this year, but with a new twist. Instead of on the Belvedere, the new location is at the ever-growing and popular place to watch, the Big Four Bridge. It's a prime viewing space with a unique view, and it's filled with family activities. It's expanding out there, and there's lots of real estate, so we welcome lots of folks there. So please welcome Crystal Anderson, Meijer Central Region, Louisville Lexington Market Director.
Thank you so much. We are very excited to be here, and I just want to say that, we're proud to be a part of an event that truly impacts the communities that we serve. This is a part of why we are here, is because families and community are the most important part to us. We are a family-owned business out of the Midwest. We have 12 stores here in Kentucky, and that's something that we're very proud of. We give back in ways that we can, and we make sure that we're supporting. So the Family Fun Zone has moved to a different location. Please stop by. We're excited to do that. It's about the kids. It's about creating memories, and we're proud to be a part of something that continues on. We are in our 17th year. We want to be a part of this going forward. So thank you for what you do, and thank you for all the hard work that goes into it. We're proud to be a part.
Thanks, Crystal. And our fifth sponsor, Humana returns for the second straight year. As part of their partnership and to help the festival's efforts to make sure Thunder is accessible for the entire community, Humana is sponsoring, again, the free rides to Thunder this year. That's through our partner, TARC. This partnership will make sure the community can join us on the waterfront and then get home safely. Please welcome Dior Cotton, Human Population Health Strategy Lead, the East Region, / Bold Louisville, and Jeb Duke, Humana's Medicaid President for the Kentucky region. That's a mouthful.
All right, that was a lot. Thank you, man. So Dior will be joining me and talking a little bit about some of the Derby equity work we do. Speaking of seniority, I would like to mention that Humana has been part of the Kentucky community in Louisville for the last 60 years. We've been a long-time sponsor of the Derby Festival, but this is our second year sponsoring Thunder, and we're really excited about it. I have small children, and a lot of the 10,000 associates at Humana do as well. They know about the horses, but what they really know about is Thunder. It's the fast planes, it's the fireworks at night, and it's that sense of community that I really treasure. And we want to make sure that that sense of community is felt by everyone in our community. So that's why for the second year in a row, we're going to be sponsoring free transportation via TARC for Thunder Over Louisville. And I want to invite Dior up to talk a little bit more about some of the other equity work that Humana is doing in our community.
Thank you, Jada. And thank you to Matt and your Kentucky Derby Festival team and the Foundation board members for all that you do for our community. And I just want to call out the KDF team for their ingenuity in 2021, bringing Thunder into our homes and into our neighborhoods. And in 22, perfect weather, amazing show, outstanding crowds. Wayne says we're going to top it 23, and I believe him. And so when you think about Thunder, Thunder really is meant to bring a sense of community and a sense of belonging to everyone, as well as economic impact to our city. And as Jeb mentioned, we really think about that at Humana from an equity perspective. These are the issues that we're focused on, and because we know how important it is to achieve your best health, we want to make sure that we do everything we can to help address health disparities and increase health equity in not only Louisville, our corporate hometown, but in every community that we serve. It's why we're not only a proud sponsor of Thunder Over Louisville, but also the Derby Equity Community Initiative. And DECI, I'll be saying that from now on because that's a lot of words. We launched that also 2 years ago. And we launched that in partnership with KDF and with Churchill Downs. And we're very excited to welcome Park Community Credit Union to the DECI partnership. We recognize the need to continue our diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts in Louisville and everywhere that we do business and wherever we serve. And with that, we're continuing to take those actionable steps to ensure equity. So I just want to say, we can't impact any of these factors without community. And you heard from our other sponsors how important it is that we all come together and make a difference for our future. And with that, I want to just say we're looking forward to all getting together on April 22nd at the waterfront for our next Thunder. And I also want to make sure that we call out other KDF events, especially our block party that we'll be hosting at the Norton Healthcare Sports and Learning Center on April 15th. So a week before, we're still partying.
That was outstanding. Thank you so much to both of you. We'll share more details on the free rides in the upcoming weeks. That is always a great initiative to allow the event to be so accessible. So thank you to all of our presenting sponsors. I think what you saw is a underlying thread that they not only work with us on Thunder, they not only work on more events with us and other programs in the community, they are real community supporters. So a huge shout out to them and a round of applause would be perfectly appropriate right now. So thank you. We also have a few more partners joining us for Thunder this year. New to the Thunder family, we have a partner, brand new partner to the show, U of L Health. They've become our official healthcare provider for the event. Their team will be staffing our first aid care stations that we always have set up throughout the venue. We build a city within a city, and it really does come with full crowd support for those that attend the event. They're going to bring their expertise and be available in multiple locations on both sides of the river to help any of our Thunder fans at the show all day long, and we can't say enough thanks to them as well. And of course, home to the Command Center, our long-term partner, the Galt House. We've got their representatives here. One of our board members, Lance George, thank you for being here. Thank you for the continued partnership. They really do make it an official host hotel experience for folks, and we encourage, if you're coming down to see the show and you're staying overnight and you want to make it a weekend, they are the perfect partner for that. If you can't make it to the waterfront this year, you can still watch or listen to the show. As you know, this year's broadcast host and partner of Thunder is Wave and Summit Media, Mix 109. They bring that out to the airwaves and take it into homes and into business locations and the like, and we can't say a huge enough thanks to them. And it really does take a village to produce this event. And we appreciate the partnership of all of these companies. We are grateful to have them as what we call the Thunder family, and it really is that. When we call and talk about these great and crazy ideas, and I always say when Wayne had those original discussions, hey, I think we'd like to close that river and close that bridge and shut down that expressway, people say yes, and the partners like the ones I've mentioned today continue to do that and support us in those efforts. So there's still more to share about this year's show, including another packed air show. It is my pleasure to introduce Lieutenant Colonel Josh Ketterer. He's the Director of Operations at Kentucky Air National Guard and our Thunder Air Operations contact. He's the person with his team that really puts the magic of the aircraft in the show, and he brings such an excitement to it and an expertise that is unmatched anywhere. So it is my pleasure to bring Lieutenant Colonel Josh Ketterer up.
Hey, good morning. As Matt said, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Josh Ketterer of the 123rd Airlift Wing, United States Air Force, and the Kentucky Air National Guard. We're so proud and excited to continue to be a part of Thunder over Louisville. Air shows are integral events in the recruiting and retention mission of the Department of Defense. With our all-volunteer force, there's never been a more challenging and critical time to recruit soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Guardians. Air shows serve to inspire the next generation of aviators and service members. Further, air shows serve as a nexus for the U.S. military and the public, and maintaining that connection is critical. This year's air show will feature, for the first time, the United States Air Force's F-35A demonstration team. Along with that, we can expect to see the Air Force's Heritage Flight. While last year's rendition of the Thunder Air Show was Air Force-centric, this year's is heavily weighted to our incredible Navy. The Navy's F-35C demo will appear for the first time, along with the returning Navy Growler demonstration team, Navy helicopters, including the crowd favorite CH-53 Sea Stallion, the E-2 Hawkeye, plus Navy warbirds, including the F-4U Corsair and F-8 Bearcat, both featured in the recent film Devotion, will also be in attendance. Local favorites will fly again. We also look forward to welcoming our Canadian allies as we bring back some international flavor for this wonderful event. Parachute demonstrations from our own 123rd Special Tactics Squadron and the United States Army's Golden Knights will keep the skies filled for 6 straight hours of demonstration and entertainment. Thank you again to Matt and the KDF team, and thank you to the sponsors of this unique and important event. We look forward to seeing you in 7 short weeks.
Wade said, did you feel like we should be standing at attention? I know I was. Thank you, Josh. He really does, and his team, we can't say enough about the partnership with the 123rd. They are a magnificent asset to this community and this nation, and they lean in. The air show would not be possible without their support. So I can't say a huge enough thanks. And of course, this announcement, this discussion would not be complete if we weren't talking to the man himself, Mr. Thunder. He's the guy who lives it every single day, every single moment. If you go to his house, it's like being in the command center. He is the guy that this was the brainchild of, and it is amazing what this has grown into, and it's what has grown into not only a jewel for this community, but one of the nation's leading shows and one of the best shows in the world. So without further ado, I'll bring up Mr. Wayne Hettinger himself, Thunder producer and Thunder expert extraordinaire.
Well, if I doesn't get the adrenaline going, nothing will. Of course, let me answer the first question. Is it really going to be a better show? Thanks to the sponsors, I can stand here and say, oh, hell yeah. Just a quick thing. I know we want to talk about gunpowder, since Josh gave us the whole lineup of the aircraft, which is, by the way, one of the most incredible air shows coming that we've ever had. It's going to be pretty much a history book of aircraft going through. So, and some of the new fighter stuff, jets, are just going to be incredible. So let's get back into gunpowder for a second. So, just a quick reference. Over the years, with everything changed, so does the fireworks. I mean, there's always new development, new ways of making a brighter firework. Zambillis, obviously, I'm working with daily at this point, and they're getting a lot more product now from Spain. They draw fireworks from 8 different countries, but Spain has really come on strong with bright and color. So the big difference this year with fireworks, I'll say the word color. When I'm talking to people and they go, where's the best viewing place? Well, I've always said, as long as you've got the 2nd Street Bridge in view, you've got a great seat. Particularly this year, the color is going to be astounding. So please make note of that. I'm going to refer to some notes. Fireworks and the soundtrack. We're coming out of the gates. Again, the theme this year with Thunder Through the Decades. We went back for the music tracks and picked out some of the best of the tracks over the 34 years. And then started with some help, because I'm getting old, folks. And I had to get some youth poured into the music track. And a lot of it I was going, what? But it really did a terrific blend. Bob Ernspiker, who's the arranger, works with me on this. He did an incredible job with the soundtrack. And I think you all have heard me say it before. We always build the show like it's a roller coaster. That's the idea when we're laying down the music tracks and then starting to think about how the fireworks are going to integrate. So we're going to take you up this roller coaster on the up, and then we're going to drop the bottom out. We'll go through turns and around bends and up and down. So that's the way the whole concept comes together. When I mentioned the color, we're opening with the greatest show on earth, which is the soundtrack from movies. It's going to start off kind of slow because it's going to be, the sky's going to fill with a lot of sparkle. That's right, it's white titanium. It's hard to explain, but you're going to have to see it. And then well, it's going straight into angled comets they're going to chase, and then the colors really going to start: red, blue, green, purple, and yellow. The bridge is going to be very busy this year, and that's not taking anything away from what's coming off the barges. It's just enhancing more coming off the bridge with, again, a lot of color. When we get into When You Wish Upon a Star, which is one of the icons in the music track that we've done for years, it's a new effect that we're going to do. We refer to it as a red lightning storm. So the whole bridge is going to go into a lightning fest with red fireworks, and then the barges are going to join in. Large arcs of silver glitter that then are going to turn to red. So that's what I'm trying to get across. There's a whole new package of fireworks that are all about color. And trust me, we haven't left out the boom factor. That's certainly going to happen. So I could go on with naming off some of these other colors, but people are standing over there. Phantom of the Opera, which was one of the biggest hits we ever had in the music track. That's going to be in it, and we're going to turn the river and the sky green. We're going to get that whole mist look of what, if any of you saw Phantom of the Opera, we're going to give you that look. So I'm very excited about it. Again, thank you, Matt. Everybody says, is this your time to get excited? I said, there's 2 times a year I really get excited. Obviously, this when my adrenaline is pumping. But in the downtime, I'm waiting for Matt to call me and say, we've got the sponsorship at hand, go play. Thank you, one and all.
It's always so fun to get together with him. We were just together last night, but when he and the Zambelli designer Ralph Pacquiao get together, it becomes this vortex like you cannot explain. It's awesome. So thank you, Wayne. As you can tell, we're excited, he's excited, and we are so very excited to be back again this year and can't wait for fans to join us at the waterfront. We already have the Thunder merchandise ready for the fans, from sweatshirts to t-shirts. The Pegasus pins are going to be out and distributed this week. You can see a lot of our merchandise on our website, and what that really starts to tell you is that it's here. I mean, it's hard to imagine that spring is right around the corner. It felt it yesterday. It's a little less spring today, but we know that it's on its way, and we can't say thanks enough for not only sponsors but all of our media partners being here today to get the message out to folks. So we'll be seeing folks more in the coming days and the weeks ahead as we count down closer to this year's festival.